Oh, it's me, Pops Van Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. Uh-huh. So come get some. CromCon. CromCon.
Your favorite podcast is Critical Blast.
Hey, we want to shout out to our sponsors, Daytona Beach Comic Con. If you are a fan of comic books, if you're a fan of comic book conventions, and if you like meeting comic book creators and getting comics and comic-related stuff, then you need to make your plans to attend Daytona Beach Comic Con. This year's show is September 9th and 10th. Silverline will be there, so you should make your plans to be there too. We'll see you there. If you like comics and find yourself in the Orlando, Florida area, doesn't everyone come to Orlando at some point in time to see the House of Mouse? But when you're here, you need to make it a point to visit Coliseum of Comics, especially the one on East Colonial Drive. They carry Silverline comics, even a limited edition Coliseum of Comics version of our comics. So, when you go, be sure to ask for Silverline Comics and tell them we sent you. OCD stands for Orlando Collector Deviants. OCD, Steve and Trish. They're a family of geeks who promote geek things, particularly those around the Orlando, Florida area. They're big supporters of Silverline, and we think you should be supporters of theirs too. Go give them some love. If you are an independent comic book maker and you need to get your independent comics made, you need to look no further than Kablam Digital Printing. They print our books, and they do a bang-up job. They're not only trusted by Silverline, but many, many independent comic book makers. Head on over to kablam.com and see for yourself just how easy it is to have your comic printed by them. And tell them Silverline sent you.
It's 1776. The new American army stands at the precipice of victory or defeat. These are the times that try men's souls. Will the British be expelled from Boston, the birthplace of the Revolution? Can you help turn the tide of the war? The American Crisis, War in the North, is the first full-length campaign guide by Nations and Cannons, a historical TTRPG setting for 5e. With new backgrounds, equipment, and additional character class options, like the courageous drummer or the fearsome Jaeger. Explore the 18th century American Northeast, introducing new playable characters with heroic key moments, like David Bushnell, inventor of the first combat submarine, and Polly Cooper, the Oneida woman who saved Washington's army. Meet real historical figures like Henry Knox, Molly Brant, Peter Salem, and others who risked everything. Don't throw away your shot. Support our Kickstarter today.
Hi, this is Tim TK, host of That Silverline Show on Tuesday. Join us at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific every Tuesday night as we discuss pop culture and the joys of making comics.
And I'm Scott Wakefield, host of Silverline's Wednesday Wham, where we talk about comic books and all kinds of great storytelling, sometimes with incredible guests. And we want you to join us Wednesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you there.
I'm Roland Mann, and I host Silverline's Silver Sunday. Join me every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern as we make mine Silverline. I was waiting for something else to happen. I think I was waiting for the Silverline thing, and it didn't happen.
The normal intro?
Yeah, the little bumper, the Silverline.
Did you press the wrong button?
So that's
no, I don't think so. I must have just noticed that. I guess I just put it together wrong. Was the only thing I can think of. But I just now noticed it, and we've been running that one for like a month now. So, anyway, welcome everyone to Silverline Silver Sunday.
And all I have to say is, make mine Silverline.
We're not done yet.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Look at that. Vic's already got 3 comments up here. What's up, Vic? It says Buonasera, Silverliners, and then he says
Still don't
this
know what
layout
this
is
format
weird. Okay, is this better for you, Vic? We're just small when we're like that. This is our traditional layout. I kind of like this one though. Puts us up a little closer. We can see if we need to shave. Haley, do you need to shave?
Yeah, I need to shave.
Vic says, aren't both the Steam Patriots Beyond the Stars and the Nations and Cannons is not. I think they've got another 2 or 3 weeks to run. The Steam Patriots is over though. Was there a trailer in that? I didn't pay attention to what was running. I don't think there was there might have been a Steam Patriots. I got to take that out then. I'll have to go back and look at it. Yeah. So what's up, y'all?
Howdy do.
That was Tommy. For those of you on the audio version, say hi, Haley.
Hi.
This is for the audio version, so everyone recognizes our names with. Okay, yeah. Vic says there was not a. I didn't think so. Dave says, "Hey all, Dave, I want to talk to you about seeing if I can't get you to jump on Tuesday regular, but that'll be another. I'll send you that email. I just got to remember to do it. That's a long time." Vic says about the. I want to say they ran a 60-day campaign for their.
That is a long Kickstarter campaign.
It is a long Kickstarter. Yeah, I don't know that my health could survive a 60-day campaign.
And it's a long time for somebody to back out.
Yeah,
I've heard like it's better to have it shorter because then there's always the lull in the middle, so that just makes the lull
short,
longer.
but you definitely don't want to give them time to go. Well,
Yeah. Before they change their mind.
I was going to do $100 one. Maybe I'll just do that $3 one. It's like, no, don't do that.
Well, some people occasionally, particularly those who weren't around for our early Kickstarters, some people ask me sometimes about the length of ours, and I tell them, we started when we first started doing our Kickstarters, we were running them for 30 days. I think 28 days, because I think we tried to get 4 weeks exactly. But we found that those middle 2 weeks, after we examined a bunch of them, we found that those middle 2 weeks really didn't, really didn't get us much of anything. And we were still sending out emails and posts and messages and we didn't see a lot of pledges during that time. We saw all the pledges, early and all the pledges late. So we decided as an experiment, we're like, let's cut that 1 week off and shorten it down to 3 weeks. And that's I think ours are 3 weeks, or I think that's pretty much what they are. Let me get my calendar out. I already know when the next one is. Well, it's actually looks like a day shy of 3 weeks. So because we start on a Tuesday, because all of the Kickstarter research and analytics that I've ever seen says that Tuesday is the best day to start a Kickstarter. So we started on a Tuesday because of that. We ended on Sunday night because we're usually streaming, and so this is a good time for us to end the Kickstarter. So we get 20 days in our Kickstarter instead of 21. And Vic says, yeah, because people run out of money sporadically. I think that means sporadically. Yeah, people run out of money. But so this is a great time for a Kickstarter update. So
maybe we should plan the Kickstarters to end like the first or the second week of the month, rather than the middle of the month where people might be paying their mortgage or rent, or the end of the month where they might be paying that. Yeah, that's what you're saying. Try to have it end on around the first. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look at my calendar and then have to figure dates out. So we had it end on the 5th, but that would be okay. So that would be on the middle of the week for June.
Well,
Yeah,
usually
so
people pay their rent and stuff like at the beginning of the month, and then there's
That's
like
true.
always a leeway period where you have like a week or two to get it in before it's late, that kind of thing. So maybe you want it to be. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and give the update. So all of the Trumps and Divinity stuff, that's 2 Kickstarters back now. So basically, everyone should have all of those things, all of those books. I did just get my last one out for an address that I didn't have, and so for the Cape Town and Fry Rush, all of those are out except for one more package that has to go out. And I got that information, and hopefully it will go out tomorrow, and then it will be done. So
Cool. Very cool.
So as of Monday, maybe Tuesday, all the Kickstarters will be 100% fulfilled, and we will be done. And I got you got books, didn't you? Didn't Brett give you some books Friday?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I discovered, it's funny, we occasionally have an address that comes, or excuse me, a name that comes up, and sometimes it's usually people who've never backed a Kickstarter before, and they don't fill in the surveys, and so we don't have an address to send books
Mystery people.
Yeah, they become mystery people. And so I send them an email, and I'm like, hey, I got, because they have to have an email for Kickstarter. And so I sent them an email that says, hey, thanks for backing. I don't have I've got books for you, but I don't have an address for you. I need to know where you want me to send your books. And if they don't answer me, I have no way of knowing where to send them. So I have a small stack, believe it or not. It's probably like this. There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's probably close to 10 that of all the. So keep in mind, we've done 24 campaigns, right? But there's probably close to about 10 books there that I still have that people never claimed. We talked about this kind of privately off of the air. We're like, what do we do with those? And it's like, okay, well, after a year's time has gone by, those should go back into the pile, right? It's kind of unfair to someone to show up a year later and say, hey, you never sent me my books. It's like, well, but I didn't know where to send them. You didn't answer the thing, right?
I tried to get in touch with you.
Yeah, you didn't answer any of my emails. You didn't answer the survey. You didn't send me a message on Kickstarter. But anyway, so yeah, we still have a bunch of those. I say a bunch. We still have about 10 of those. But I had one in my recent that hadn't made it to that stack yet. And so I won't mention the name, but recently I found out, I'm like, hey, wait, what's your last name? I was talking to somebody and they said their last name, or actually, no, that's not true. No. The way I discovered their last name was a friend. I got a new friend on Facebook, right? And then they tagged photos, and I noticed the name in one of the photos that was tagged. I'm like, I recognize that name. Oh no, this book was on the stack too. Yeah. And I'm like, I recognize that name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me go look. So I went and looked, and what I do is I'll put a Post-it note or something like that on the books so that I'll know, oh, this was,
for somebody.
Yeah. This is for somebody, right? And I went and checked, and sure enough, there was that name. I'm like, I'll be dog. It's like,
yeah.
So they just didn't.
Somebody that was getting,
somebody. Well,
when I would say some of the books that I did, he bought some of my books.
That's right.
That I worked on.
You know it is. Yeah, and that's the thing. It was like it was someone who was generously helping us out.
Yep.
And they just didn't, because Kickstarter was something they hadn't done before. They just didn't, they didn't, and I guess they don't check their emails,
Apparently.
Right? Because I did send email. I always send emails out, right? And so I guess they didn't check their email. And so I had books. And so I'm like, I got Tommy back the books. I said, hey, you're going to see this person, give them their books, hand them their books. So that's kind of exciting to do. But
I think if we go riding tomorrow, you're going to see him also. If you go riding.
Very cool. Excellent.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. We'll figure it out. I think I hurt my foot again.
That's
today.
Not good.
No, I don't know what I did.
Vic says, all I'm saying is I was on Sunday more than any actual Silverline person last week. Not any actual Silverline people.
Oh no, that was the Cron Con.
Oh, that's right.
That's what he's talking
about. That's true. Yeah, because I wasn't on last week with CromCon.
Yeah.
Vic says he's had his for about 2 months, talking about his Kickstarter for Trumps and Divinity. I really messed up my survey on the Trumps and Divinity. Yeah, and but you sent me a message, so we were able to get it fixed, and that's not a problem. And then that's not unusual that people mess them up sometimes. Heck, I have people sometimes will select add-ons, and when I send the survey out, I say, hey, tell us what add-ons you got. I have people actually say, I don't remember what I got. So I have to kind of go back I have to dive into Kickstarter to try to figure out what it is that they got. So that's the Kickstarter update. So we do know the dates for the next Kickstarter. Unless of course, Tommy convinces me to change it to some middle of the month thing. And we've announced those as June 6th to the 25th. So we know one of the books already, but we're still trying to solidify which the other book will be. There are a couple of possibilities, but I don't quite know that yet. So one of them we absolutely know. The other one I'm not 100% sure. So we will just have to see what that is. But yeah. So that's it for the update. You guys have any other updates? So let's talk about Free Comic Book Day. Was yesterday, and we had several Silverliners in different places, which was kind of exciting to see. Haley, was this your first Free Comic Book Day to set up at?
It was, yeah.
Yay! Was it exciting? So tell us about your Free Comic Book Day yesterday, Haley.
So I was at Cliff's Books in DeLand, Florida. Had never been there before. Roland recommended him to me, and it was cool because I got there and he was like, yeah, I know Roland, I know Silverline, and he was like, make mine. He was wearing this, and I was wearing mine too, and we were like, hey,
sweet.
So, Wonder Twin Powers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Cliff's a great guy.
Cool.
Now, had you ever met Cliff before?
I hadn't, no.
Okay.
But he was like, yeah, come back anytime. So
you look like you had a nice spot with all of your pictures you showed.
Yeah, it's really cool in there because it's like it's a comic store and a used bookstore. There's like a little bit of everything. So I was in there with like all the books, which made it really cool.
And they're stacked real high.
Yeah. So that was cool. I was there for a few hours. It was slow at first, and then more people started coming in and got to talk to people, and I heard Cliff telling people about Daytona Beach Comic-Con in September, so hopefully some of those people will be there. So he was talking that up. But yeah, it was cool. It was kind of similar to being at a convention, but it was just me in there.
So was this the first time you actually did a signing in a shop? No, you've done this.
I've been to Coliseum with you guys like maybe twice, but other than that,
Okay.
So for those of you who don't know, we've got a really short Cliff clip, and I'm going to just play part of it. You guys probably just didn't recognize that we had it. Let me find it here. So you know how when we end the stream, we have some personality come on and say, "Make mine Silverline," right? Someone photobombs this one. Watch it.
Hi, I'm Bill Black. I created FemForce, but you know what? Today, make mine Silverline.
That was Cliff who photobombed Bill. Yeah. And he had his wristband on in that video. So Cliff does he runs Cliff's Books. That's the name of it, right, Haley? Cliff's Books. Yeah. And it's on the little downtown stretch there in DeLand. So I think it's about and I discovered it because I met Jeff Whiting up there several years ago because right around the corner from Cliff's Books is a Subway, right?
Yeah. Is it?
So yeah. So I met Jeff there, and we talked for, I don't know, a couple hours because I hadn't seen him in years and years and years. This was when I, like I said, several years ago.
When you first moved down?
When I first moved back. And we were getting ready to leave, and he was walking another direction. I was like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "It's like," he goes, "Oh, I'm going to walk to the comic shop around there." I'm like, "Dude, we know each other through comics. Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
You're just going to walk off." So I'm like, "I'll go with you."
Yeah.
I didn't know you wanted to go to a comic shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you like comics too? Let's go.
So we walked around the corner, and that was when I met Cliff. Found out that he was a fan of Cat and Mouse from ages ago, and even went immediately to his back issue boxes and dug out some old Cat and Mouse that he still had in his back issue bins. So Cliff is a rocking dude. So and of course, if you go to a lot of the shows around here, you will have seen. Cliff. He does a lot of the shows, and certainly Daytona Beach. He always does Daytona Beach. So, good grief! Look at all these comments here. I can't keep up with you guys. Vic says I was the last person on. Vic was the last Silverliner on for last Sunday. Yeah.
Have to go back
Is White Devil one of them? No, White Devil is not one of them. I guess we'll tell you guys since you're here. Keep it a little quiet. Don't spread the word too much. But Obsolete's number 2 is going to be one of them. Haley's probably, I hear her clicking. She's probably busy coloring Obsoletes right now, aren't you?
Knocking out the last couple of pages.
Yeah, I can share that if you want to.
Yeah, that would be great.
Get a preview. Let me see.
Vic says,
show the ending. Show the ending. Spoil it.
The ending, yeah.
No.
Yeah, we don't. Well, it doesn't have the dialogue, but it is kind of a.
What's up, Mr. Miller? J. Michael Miller says, congratulations. Thank you so much. There's some. I thought it was Martin Short.
Rob.
Why did you think it was Martin Short? Oh, the guy who popped up in the video, I guess.
Oh.
I did my first free comic book here yesterday too. Where were you, J. Michael? Where were you? Go ahead and plug your show. They're saying hi to each other. We're gonna pop it up. See, you know everyone. Roland. Jose says I know everyone. What's up, Jose? You should, Jose. I'll send you a link, man. You should jump on and talk about.
Tell us about your, because you were at a shop too.
Let me
come on in.
Let me grab that if you've got time. I'm sending it to you now, Jose. All right, there's your link.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Vic says, from many moons ago, before I was born, blockbusters roamed the earth. That's true. I heard rumor that Blockbuster may come back. I heard that. Look at that, Jose. Woo! Obsoletes. Yeah. Phil Leon has deceived me. I am waiting for Phil Leon, Vic, and you have my permission to razz him about it because we have been waiting on Phil. He assures me he is busy working. And Jim Michael Miller says, felt like such an adult when you got added to the family Blockbuster account. I don't have that experience because there were no Blockbusters when I was a kid. So, I don't have that. All right. Haley has got something here. You know what? Let's play with this other format here. I had something I was going to try. That doesn't work. What was the other one? Here we go. That's kind of interesting, huh? What do y'all think about that layout?
Put her way over there. We don't want to be by her.
Let me see. Oh, girls side, boys side. Oh. Yeah, there we go.
Vic says I already did it without permission this morning. Good. Continue to do it. Jim Michael Miller says Captain Comics and Collectors Outpost in Idaho to promote my next book coming soon, and cool. Kid Cretaceous #1. Excellent. Shout out to Captain Comics and Collectors Outpost in Idaho for supporting Free Comic Book Day and for supporting local creators. Fantastic for you to do. What else, Haley? Anything? Did you move some of your books? Did you make some new fans?
Yeah, I sold a copy of the Rejects.
Nice.
#1 to someone. Yeah, it's always fun when like younger kids come in and they're like, won't convince their parents. They're like, I want this one. Like, yeah, which one you want? Like, that's always fun. New fans. Yeah, it's definitely a couple.
I think we sold a couple of copies too, didn't we? At least one, I think, 1 or 2.
Oh yeah. We sold a couple copies of Rejects. Yeah, we probably sold 4.
Nice.
Yeah. I think it was about 4 of them. So, and we had a couple of people ask, when's the next one coming out? So
yeah,
I was able to tell them that we are busy working on it, and we do have another penciler who's working through the stuff. I haven't really thrown anything over Haley's way yet because she's busy doing a couple of other things.
She's busy.
But it is being inked by Becca and Becca Winslow. And so Becca's pretty much keeping up with the penciler. So he'll pencil something, I'll pop it over into the Dropbox. And, a few days later, she's got it inked. So she's pretty much keeping up with the penciler. And I figure once we get closer to the end, that's when I'll start hollering at Haley.
Okay.
Cornerstone Ministry says, "What's up, Roland? What is up, Cornerstone Ministry? I realize that I have not answered you, and I mean to answer you. And so, if you're still happen to be listening here, I apologize for that."
Well, can you answer now?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. So, Vic says, "Look at this! Oh, look at this! We got Jose jumping on and joining us,
Mr. Jose
Sunday." Vic says the only reason Pat Broderick wasn't yelling at me yesterday was because I said I knew Roland. So I'm happy he knows everyone.
That's funny.
True.
Jose, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Jose's, for those of you who might not know, Jose's part of our regular Tuesday crew, and he's jumping on to join us. We're talking about Free Comic Book Day. Jose, was yesterday your first time Free Comic Book Day from behind the table?
No. It technically was my second. The first time, both times were for the library, for my local library. But last year I did it, and they're like, "Oh, hey, we're looking for volunteers." I'm like, "Hey, I can be a volunteer." Like, sit there and draw sketch cards and talk to people. I'm like, "Oh, I can do that." And then this year was the first year I actually got to be there and have all the books and art that I've worked on, and actually because before I was able to display it, but I couldn't sell it.
Gotcha.
Display it and they're like, "Oh, stuff, that you can't sell anything. You have to give it away." I'm like, "I'm not giving away the comics that I worked on." It's not about the money, but it's not about losing money either.
Right, exactly, yeah.
So
it's Free Comic Book Day, but not all comics are free.
Right.
Yeah.
If that were the case, I'm going to go pick up my copy of Avengers #4.
Right. Yeah, just grab something off the wall.
Right, my
there's a Spider-Man
Detective Comics.
That's right, yeah. And that is something that Tommy and I talk about sometimes, is that a lot of the people don't know, and they come by your desk and just start your table and just start picking stuff up.
Yeah, we made a comment about that yesterday, and then we thought we got away with it, and then somebody came at the last minute and got us.
My daughter had
the whole day. Yeah, we went the whole day, and we even stayed 2.5 hours longer than because it was busy, right?
Yeah, it was busy. It was good.
And then we were talking to the I guess it was the owner and the manager, main manager, and we just chit chatting, and we mentioned about this is the first time I ever did a Free Comic Book Day where somebody didn't come just grab the books off the desk. And we were like, Roland was like, seconds later, some lady came by and says, "Are these books free too?" We're like, "Oh man, I shouldn't have said nothing."
It was pretty funny. And the funny thing about it is, when they asked, we all laughed.
Yeah, and she thought we were laughing at her, and we weren't. We were just laughing at the fact that we were just talking about it. That was That's pretty funny.
So my daughter
That is a
stayed
thing.
with me, and she had pretty much just one family of like the 3 kids and the mom. And at first they came up, we're like, "Oh my gosh, we love your sketch cards. Your sketch cards are so awesome." And they were like, "Would you be willing to do would you do a sketch card swap with me?" My daughter's like, "Yeah, I'll do that." He's like, "Great, that would be awesome. Can I borrow one of your sketch cards?"
Oh,
no. And of course, my daughter's like, "Sure, here you go. Like, here's
Yeah,
one
of
those."
course.
Right? And so they did it, but like they kept coming back, and then at one point, one of the kids was going. My daughter has a box of like random stickers, like Mario anime stuff, just a bunch of random stickers she got, and so like she sells them for like $1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these kids were going there grabbing like handfuls of them. She's like, "Okay, the stickers are $1. Your stickers are not free.
Well,
It's
that's
on there.
$32.
Yeah, right. I'm all for free sketch card swaps, but like the stickers are money."
Yeah. Wow. Check this out. Cornerstone Ministry says, "I gave away all my comics I've printed since January yesterday." Wow. That's pretty impressive and pretty generous. That's pretty cool. I guess it could be a tax write-off too, right?
I guess so. Kept track.
Comics on Pops. What's up, Pops?
What's up?
He says, "Please like, share, and subscribe to Silverline, Earth's Best, and Boldcat. Those are other Madness Network."
I'll do that right now. I'll go ahead and please.
Yeah,
like.
You're right. I mean, do I have to follow
you can see
Silverline?
my YouTube channel, Earth's Best Entertainment. Vic says, "Did you chase him?" No, we didn't. We can consider it, but or her. I'm an equal opportunity victim of theft. Can't stay long. Got to be ready for work, but I thought I'd jump in and say hello. Well,
Hello.
Jumping in. Hello. Always good to see you here, and we appreciate you spending some of your time with us. So
where was Brett? Brett was at a shop.
Hang on. Let's rewind and Jose, where were you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was at the Ponta Gorda, Charlotte Library.
Okay, that is down in Ponta Gorda, Florida.
Ponta Gorda, Florida. Yeah.
Okay.
So did they have the typical free comic books like you would have if you went to a shop? So they were able to get a bunch of those books that they had.
I think anybody can order them.
So, but
yeah,
you have to do it a certain way, because the first year my comic shop opened up, he wasn't able to get any because evidently he got in on it too late. But yeah, you have to like get on it within a certain amount of time and whatnot, and I guess prove that you're a facility that can give them away or something like that. I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah, Cliff was saying that there's different levels,
tiers,
of free comics that you can buy. And it's like, oh, you have to buy so many from the gold level for like free comic book day to promote you or something.
Yeah.
And if you buy them at the gold level, you also get like different free comics, not just like there's like quite a bit of the general ones, and then there's some that are like a little more.
So is that, do you think that's why some people, I mean, most of the shops limit you to like, 4, 5, 6 or whatever.
Mostly because they don't want the stock to run out.
Well, but do you think that maybe it's because some shops have some free comic books that the other shops don't have also? Possibly.
I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know
either,
that the library did not have the same ones that my comic shop had.
Oh.
And my comic shop did have the ones that the library had, but he also had more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm not sure if you guys saw Ben Dunn's Facebook post, but the shop he went to, he said he went a little late and whatnot, and he was only able to pick 3. Like the shop limited him to 3.
Yeah. I have seen that before. We have some now. Coliseum of Comics, you were able to get 5. Where Tommy and I were at, but I have seen. I think when we were doing Acme, I think Acme limited them to 3. I think.
I know a shop that they said you can have one of each, but if you want a second copy of any one of them, you have to make a purchase in the store.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So here's something that probably you guys know, but probably a lot of people listening don't realize, and we talked about this with Ricky, the store manager where we were at yesterday, is that it is free comic book day, and when customers come in, they get them free, but they're not really free to the retailer. All of those
No.
stacks of comics that you see there, the retailer had to purchase.
Yeah.
They bought them and they're giving them away to you.
Yeah.
So when you see Free Comic Book Day, and here's the thing, the publishers, they don't give them away for free either. Now, they don't really, those aren't really money making projects with them because they pretty much sell them at cost. But they print so many of them that they're very, very cheap to print. If you print
and we looked at some of the paper and we're like, yeah, this is some of them are kind of cheap.
Slightly better than newsprint.
Barely.
Yes.
Don't breathe on them too heavy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the people that the artists and writers and everybody, the creative teams that made them, they got paid to actually make them.
Yeah, well, maybe. Depends. You certainly you expect that Marvel and DC they did, right? But hopefully. Wait, Marvel and DC having issues paying people these days?
I mean, let's be honest, they all have issues paying people.
I hadn't heard of Marvel and DC.
So whether or not like officially that's an issue or whatnot, I mean, who knows? I don't know. But I don't know. I'm disgruntled by some people.
Uh-oh. I hope it's not Silverline.
Nope, Silverline's cool. Love working for Silverline. And I'm not just saying that because the boss is on here.
Yeah.
Come on Tuesday's show, he'll change his mind and say something else.
I had not heard anything about Marvel and DC. So if that is the case, usually, they're the big companies. They've got these big corporate wallets.
Well, now, right? I mean,
now,
Marvel did for like a minute, and then
now there is always issues with royalties.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say there are often issues with royalties, but Marvel and DC, to my knowledge, are pretty good about paying the agreed upon page rates. Now they may be a little slow at sometimes. I think I've said that. I think you guys probably heard me say this. The fastest company that I ever worked for as a writer was an Indian company, and that was called Campfire. And Indian, I mean, the country, not the American Indians here, right?
Right.
I did 2 graphic novel adaptations for them. I did The Wizard of Oz and I did Huckleberry Finn. I kid you not. The minute I submitted my after I submitted a draft, and then they had me make some changes, and then when I submitted the corrections, I submitted the invoice to them. The next day when I woke up, there was a PayPal waiting for me.
Whoa.
Oh.
They paid me less than 24 hours.
Rather than
check
in the mail.
Are they looking for artists?
they might be. I don't know.
Right, Haley's all hook me up.
Yeah. The rates that they paid were okay. They weren't Marvel and DC rates, but they were certainly better than a lot of independent rates. The problem I had with it, and the kind of looking back on it now, is that there are no royalties whatsoever. And I look at it now, and Huckleberry Finn probably is my most printed book, because they still sell that thing like crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, but it was the purpose behind it, and we're getting off track here.
But you're saying you don't get a cut of that.
It was to do all these classics, kind of like Classics Illustrated, to promote literacy in India, because apparently illiteracy is a problem over there. And so they were just doing a bunch of graphic novels to keep their costs down, and probably to promote literacy. So the fastest place I've ever worked for. And we won't go into it, but because I know Tommy has I can probably talk about this as well. But the only people in the comic book industry who still owe me money is Kamiko. And as those of you who follow independent comics, they're not around anymore. So
Right.
I probably am never going to get that. Vic
Once you knew what Marvel and Malibu's payment schedules were, they always came, but this is back when they sent you a check in the mail. And so I think maybe once a check got lost, and I think it actually got lost. So they just cut me another one.
Yeah. I mean, because one of the things that had to happen back in the day when it was all paper is that, like Tommy, when you submitted pages to me, right? Yeah. You also had an invoice.
I would usually have an invoice in there. Yeah.
And
you
what
pre-printed these that you would give us. They were little.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would send you a stack of them and say, send these in with your paper, with your pages. And then you would send the pages in and say, oh, look, here's 10 pages or whatever. And I would check them in. Yep. And I would sign off on that. And I would have to put it in, I put it in an outbox. And then I had someone take it and deliver it to accounting. And then accounting had to, process it, put it in the computer system and all that kind of stuff. And then they had to cut a check and the checks had to. So it took us about 2 weeks, I think, to get checks out. So, I don't know.
Pretty easy.
Yeah. It wasn't terrible, but you did have to kind of get used to waiting, knowing that, I submitted pages. And what we always told our freelancers, hey, look, if 3 weeks pass, call, because there's a possibility that something has slipped through the cracks. It happens, right? Never is like, nothing happens intentionally here. But, if it's been 3 weeks, call, because you don't want to wait another week and then I say, oh, crap, I never submitted that invoice, Tommy. Now you got to wait another 2 weeks before, so it's call. And so, things happen. It does happen. Vic says, I think libraries have a diamond account where they can have trades to check out. So I think that's dependent on the library. Yes. I think libraries. Because it's not, as far as I understand, right? It's not easy to get a specific diamond account. And most of the libraries around me, if they have any graphic novels whatsoever, it's because people have donated them to the library. Yes. Yeah. And part of the problem with the libraries getting a diamond account is that libraries don't really order enough content. Yeah. On a monthly basis, So, and Diamond doesn't really warehouse a whole lot of inventory on a regular basis. Like they're basically the middleman, right? You tell them, hey, I need, 10 copies of the Punisher. Diamond tells Marvel, hey, I need 10 copies of the publisher. Marvel sends them to Diamond. Diamond then sends them to the retailer, right? So they don't house, on a normal basis, they don't really keep a warehouse full.
You can get them digitally sometimes. Like, it probably depends on the library, but like if Hoopla, I've probably mentioned it. Like, you log in with your library account, and like at least for mine, like there's a ton of Marvel, DC, independent comics that you can read digitally for free. So then they don't have to like have physical copies, but they've got some sort of deal where they can have digital copies for
Now, do you know how extensive those their libraries are for Marvel and DC? Do you know? Let me rephrase my question. Do you know how extensive the selection of Marvel and DC books are on Hoopla?
I mean, it seems like a good amount to me, but I also like don't know. like you guys probably be like, oh, they don't have this one, but like you search Spider-Man, like a ton of stuff will come up, and like.
So you can go all the way back and read the first issues of Spider-Man, as far as you know.
I mean, maybe not the first issue. Yeah, let me actually.
Isn't that kind of what Marvel Universe does? Like the Marvel on whatever it's called, but
this is and then they don't have, and I think they mostly have like trades, not single issues.
Okay,
so
all right, that makes sense.
Yeah, because you'll be like, and I don't think they get stuff like right when it first here. Yeah, I guess I could. Can I like switch what I'm?
Yeah, just don't show us your login here. I'll
yeah. Well, here, let's see. I switched. Oh, I probably have to have the apostrophe.
So while you're looking, Vic says
my shop nothing's coming up, so that's not a good example, I guess.
Vic says it's about 40 cents a book, right? Vic, it all depends on how many copies they print. They gotta have to print a lot of books to make it 40 cents a book. But I don't know. Okay. He says the publisher prints them for a dime. Printing for a dime? I'm not sure. Tommy, what do you think? You think anybody can print a comic book for a dime? Even if they're printing like, let's say 200,000 copies?
I don't even think you can get that overseas for
I don't think so either.
That's more than a flyer.
I think that's a little too low, Vic. 40 cents might be, you might be able to print that for 40 cents.
Not probably if you printed way more than what 2,000 books. Yeah, you probably.
Oh yeah. And then the retailer bites the cost. Yeah, that was the whole kind of point about that, Vic, is that the retailer, they're the ones who buys all that. Same day payment. That's dreamy. Yes, it really was. And I only did 2 projects with them, but it was nice. Haley found something here. What'd you find, Haley?
Yeah. So I know the example I used was Spider-Man, and then nothing came up. But I searched Batman, and here it's got 530 results.
Wow.
So there's like all this.
So it's all trades, right?
Yeah, I think
trades.
so. Yeah, because we like issues, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they have like single issues and like.
And that makes sense because.
Not right when it comes out, but yeah, they've got.
I would imagine that would bog down a website too.
Yeah, there's 12 pages. Cool. So, so.
Royal Airships, what's up? He says, I wish my library system knew about accounts. You know, you might be able to ask them if they've got an account to Hoopla. Look at that. What is that? What are those things called when those images disappear into the... We're seeing Haley's screen.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Share my other one again. Yeah, because with Hoopla, like you just log... I mean, I guess it depends if your library has it, but you log in like with your library card number. So,
see, I thought it was cool when I went to the Cuber school. Evidently, the library of like graphic novels that DC Comics had in the New York office, they donated it to the school, and so they had an entire wall full of like. And
so this was probably before they moved, when they made the move to Burbank, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how cool is that?
For 3 years, I made my way through the Teen Titans. I made my way, you know what I mean? Like, I made my way through Hawkman. Like,
wow.
Yes, please.
That's very cool.
Jonah Hex. I worked my way through Jonah Hex. So good.
Let's see here. Royal says, back in the 90s in small town, nowhere, Ohio, we recirculated the same 25-cent books for years. Yeah, it happens.
I will tell you, a friend of mine and I think I had bought J.O. Barr's The Crow, and it was a trade paperback, and I ended up giving it to him for Christmas. Like, I read it, of course, first, but I gave it to him for Christmas, and the next year he gave it back to me for Christmas. And the year after that, I gave it back to him for Christmas. We did that for like 5-6 years or so, just trading it back and forth.
That's pretty cool. I need to reread that. This is like the 3rd time in just a couple of weeks I've heard The Crow mentioned.
Oh, see, that's
a sign.
It's a sign.
Yeah. Yep. Vic says, I was asking Roland about Huck Finn earlier this week because I was doing one of them literary books, even though I can barely read. Vic, Tommy doesn't even read any of our stuff, so you're
I was just about to say that.
You're in good company.
I look at them all.
Right. Tom's like, I love the pictures.
They're pretty.
They're pretty.
All right, Tommy, you want to talk about free
comic? No, we got to talk about where didn't Brent
Larson. Brent Larson was at Scott's shop. What's the name of his shop? West Orange. Tommy, help me out. It's over there by you. What's the name of that shop?
He was over
Scott,
here.
if you're listening, I'm so sorry.
The cinder block shop.
Yeah, what's the name of that?
Oh, I didn't know he was there. I've heard. I don't know.
So Scott Schlazer is he's the guy who runs Florida Geek Scene. We've been getting some pretty nice reviews from Florida Geek Scene. You guys, you need to go check them out. They just reviewed. I know I showed you guys. They just reviewed a Silverline Team Up. So
didn't Orlando Deviants went to go to that store?
They went to that store.
Yes.
Store.
Yep.
Or the store. They went all over the place.
I know. Can you imagine the miles they put on their vehicle Saturday?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Just going around to all of the. I knew I recognized that guy. There was a guy. We went to the movie the other day, Tommy, and there was a guy there. I'm like, his face looks familiar. And I'm just spotting him on this page, so I did recognize him. What is the name of his shop?
I could look it up.
Yeah, I think it's West Orange something. I can't remember the name of that.
You're supposed to be doing a signing there, and you hadn't done it yet.
Yeah, well, I was all geared to do it, and then they changed the date, and their new date I couldn't make. So
West Orange Comics and Video Games.
That's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah, West Orange Comics and Video Games, and that's where Brent Larson was. I know for a
Just see
fact
the picture he posted.
the little selfie he
Where he's
posted.
like leaning into the photo.
Yeah. So I asked him about it, and he said this was Brent's first. So he's been Brent's a comic book fan, you guys know already. That's kind of how he got into it. But this was the first free comic book day he did from the other side of the table.
Nice.
And so I asked him about it. He said it was neat. He said it was different, but he said he had a good time. So I sent him a link, thought he might pop on, but it was kind of like with Jose. It was kind of last minute. Let's see. And then
who was there at their store too?
Yeah, there was an actor there, I think.
No. The guys that showed up and to visit with us, with the guy and his son,
Roberto.
Yeah.
Oh, he went there too.
Yeah, there's a picture of his son there with him, with Brett.
I didn't realize Roberto went there too.
They were making the rounds too.
Yeah, getting some free books.
That's kind of cool. That's
right.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
I was gonna say you can't hate on that.
No. And it's for the comic book geeks. From what I understand, that's pretty kind of standard. They'll go and in Orlando we've got enough shops that you can make several shops and not bust a bank account in gas.
Yeah, because we have what was that Aquaman guy? You remember the guy with all the tattoos? On his head? He said that he was down south and there's only like 3 or 4 shops all down. He couldn't find. Yeah, he had to come up here to go to some shops. Isn't that what he was saying?
We just recently had a shop. I don't want to say it closed up. He reformatted to where he's no longer a comic book shop. Now he's a comic grading shop.
Of course.
Yeah, he was from down there, and I think he was just passing through. I thought that's what he said.
I don't know. He wanted to see us. That's what it was.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. He was a nice guy, yeah.
He sure was.
But he was serious about
sure
Aquaman.
Was.
He had his arm all aqua tatted up.
Yeah,
aqua tatted, nice.
Yeah, he had like the Rock tattoo, kind of. You know how he's got that whole sleeve of the tribal stuff all up his arm and on his neck.
Yeah. He was a nice guy.
He was a nice guy.
So the only other Silverliner I know that went anywhere was Ron Fortier.
Yeah.
And where did Ron go?
I thought Roberta set up.
You know what? I saw that message from her, but I'm like, wait, hold on. What'd you do? I wasn't sure what she had done. All right. So Ron was at Griffin's Games and Comics.
That's an amazing
somewhere
name.
In Colorado.
Such a good name.
It is a good name. And I don't know exactly where in Colorado that is, but I do know that it is in Colorado, because that's where Ron is. So,
right.
We got a message from Roberta that she was somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if she means that she was set up there or she happened to swing by. I'm not sure. So, Roberta, if
she went to go get some free comics, is what
she. Right. She might have. I
set up. I went and got some free comics.
I would love it if she was set up there. That would be awesome. But I don't know if that's the case. So as far as I know, that's the extent of the Silverliners that were set up. One of the new guys who hasn't seen print yet, Ray from
he was set up at the school.
Yeah, I think he was set up at the school.
Yeah, and Zach. Zach was set up at the school as well.
Okay, cool. I don't think Pete set up because I think he's getting ready for a show.
I
don't think he's set up for Free Comic Day.
Portsmouth.
Yeah, it's one of those British pronunciations.
Right.
They say things wrong over there.
I was asking them some amazing questions about the royalties, the royals.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They just had a coronation, didn't they?
Yep.
They did.
Yeah.
Who all watched it?
Not me.
Everybody raise your hand that watched it. Okay, there.
I mean, are we allowed to watch it? We threw tea in the Harbor. So
I did see some pretty funny, if not mean, memes about the coronation. Some sports events where you saw those too. It's like, telling them what to do with their coronation. I can't repeat it on here.
We're a family show, sir. You better.
That's right. Yeah, I think they were at a football game, or well, probably not football. They don't play football over there, right? Are they? Soccer
They
game.
call it football, don't they?
Yeah, they're wrong.
Yeah,
it's just run. It should be called run and kick.
Right.
Soccer. That's what we
soccer. I don't even know her.
Oh.
Okay, so Tommy.
So where were we? We were.
I'll tell where we were, then you tell about it. So we were at Coliseum of Comics on East Colonial Drive.
Yep, our normal spot where we do our little sign-in when we get books done.
That's right, in Orlando, Florida.
Because they support Silverline a lot.
Yep.
The normal spot where Tommy panhandles, every other day.
Yes, yeah, I'm usually out front, and that's that area of town you fit in.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it the Wawa right across the street? That's where there was a pop star killed over there, wasn't it? Shot. Yeah.
Where I went and got sodas?
Yes.
Oh, dang! I didn't know that I was going into a crime scene investigation.
Right. Well, it was like 2 a.m. when that happened, but
yeah. Okay.
And it was probably about 4 years ago, something like that. You don't remember that? It was around the same time as the Pulse shooting, whenever that happened. So, yeah. So it's been a couple of years.
But no, it was a good day. It was steady all day long. It wasn't. We mentioned at the beginning that it was. Some of these, because we've done so many of them. Sometimes there's like 200 or 300 people outside the building trying to get in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Trying to get in. I mean, even lately down, COVID or not, there's tons of people. I've been to some shows back in Mississippi where there's, where they have bands and stuff playing and there's hundreds and hundreds of people just waiting to get in. But there wasn't anybody, and we were like, well, I guess it'll just be us.
yeah. That was a legit concern.
And then
I'm used to seeing those lines.
Yeah, in about 15-20 minutes, all of a sudden people just started coming in.
Boom.
Not a million folks, but it was just a steady bunch of people started just coming in, and it was that we were supposed to be there from 10 to 2.
10 to 2.
We got there about 9:30. And didn't see anybody but us, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll work on a comic book while I sit here for 4 hours.
So Tommy starts inking.
Yeah, I started inking. Oh, do something, and and then they started coming in, and
I did
and then swing by our tables too. We were, they were across. They had the free comics across from us, and
it was kind of a natural loop to bring them by our tables.
That's cool.
Yeah, they come by. I sold a bunch of original art. Everybody that watches the stream know I pretty much do everything digitally now, except for a handful of Kickstarter reward stuff. So I still have, some 20, 40 sheets, actual boards.
And he gave them some sweet deals.
I did. I'm trying to, I'm not giving them away for free, but let's go ahead and get those into people's hands that want them. And cool. So I don't have to carry them around anymore. But yeah, we sold a bunch of stuff, sold a bunch of books, talked to a lot of people. Anybody that was, we made fun of a lot of people that came by. We told them to watch the show tonight. One of the guys' name was I was told we were going to make fun of him. What was his name? You remember?
Which one? You told them all we were going to make fun of them.
Yeah, I know. We got their names and I forgot. I don't remember anybody.
I know.
I apologize.
Yeah.
But
Tommy remembers our names.
I know.
Right? He's got Post-its on top of the computer.
He does.
Oh, that's a name on there. Oh, I didn't know that. But no, then we even had a young lady that came by that did cosplay outfit type of stuff that you're going to talk to about maybe being a. We don't want to say that, but being a booth babe kind of cosplay thing.
Yeah.
And I'll be a booth dude. I'll be a booth dude.
She picked up
promoter.
The table promoter. Yep.
She picked up Silverline Team Up because she was really interested in Miss Fury.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Because it was kind of a Batgirl already.
Yep.
She already had a Batgirl outfit, so she was like, I could make a Miss Fury outfit.
Yeah.
Like, all right. But no, and then it got to be about 2:00, and I even started packing up a little bit, and the people just kept coming, and we just kept talking, and I still sold what we sold, probably at least between the two of us another $150 worth of stuff after we were supposed to leave.
Yeah.
We just kept sticking around.
Awesome.
And then we found out that they were going to. We thought they closed at 4 or 5 or 6, and then they go, no, we're open to 10. And then Roland and I looked at it, we were like, okay, we're gone. We're leaving. They're going to keep giving out the books. It's like, we're leaving. We've already.
Well, and I also asked Ricky, who's the manager. I said, "Are you staying that late?" Because he was there first thing in the morning. He goes, "Oh no, I'm leaving."
Yeah, but no, it was a good show. It was a good little.
Man, so if the host leaves, you're allowed to leave, right? Is that the way it works?
I think
That's right. Yeah. When Elvis leaves the building, it's time to go. Right.
And then I looked at my watch and I'm like, oh no, I've got the car over at the getting a tune up. I need to get over and get the car before they close. So let's leave. Gotta leave. I gotta go get my car.
That's right. Yeah. They were also at Coliseum. They were also giving away free posters.
Yes, boy, I kept eyeballing them.
I
kept trying to find me a cool Spider. I saw one really, really cool Spider-Man poster, and I kept eyeballing it to try to go over there and get one.
And then you went anyway, too late to go get it.
To my shop because he has a bunch of posters he doesn't do anything with. I'm like, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's not like I would hang it up or anything, but I still wanted it.
I want it so I can fold it up and put it in with all my comics.
Right. Yeah. But I did pick up a couple of books. Did y'all pick up any books?
Yeah.
I picked up this one for Renee, the Nightmare Before Christmas book.
Oh, gotcha.
That was pretty good. I thought that was really cool. And then I picked up, of course, because this is the way I typically draw my.
I got one of those.
So I picked up the little cutesy Spider-Man book. I got that one, and then because I really like, I've always liked Scotty Young stuff. He had a thing, so I grabbed his book.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got. The Bone Orchard Mythos.
Hey, that looks like more than 5 books. How many books?
Right. 5 books.
Okay, 5 books.
See, my shop doesn't have that one.
Because it's by Jeff Lemire. I don't even know who this. Oh, this is an image book. And then I got Umbrella Academy, which is a Dark Horse book. Yeah. I got Red Sonja because Red Sonja.
Right.
Not because it's a Dynamite book, because
she's naked.
Yeah.
Why'd you get that book?
And then of course Conan
because he's naked. That's why you got that book. See,
yeah,
he's an equal opportunity naked buyer.
Conan goes with Red Sonja, right?
That's right. So, you had to get both. Get both.
And then I got the Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I would have grabbed one.
Oh,
so I only grabbed 3.
You should have got a copy for Pops.
Oh, does he like the Fabulous Freak Brothers?
When I was on for CromCon, he was talking about how he was looking for like the originals. He had said he had quite a few of them, but it doesn't tell you whether it's the first printing, whether it's like issue 1 and stuff like that, because they're all like. So he's like I was like looking for him. He's like
they're printing on photocopiers, right?
Right.
Kind of
yeah. So. Pops.
Vic says Pop's got a copy.
Oh, he got a copy? All right, see.
Yeah.
Vic knows
How does Vic know?
As much as Roland knows everybody, Vic has his finger on the pulse.
He does have his finger on the pulse. Yes, he does. Vic says, I got the Red Sonja. And his shop didn't have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, I got
that one.
Haley got that one.
Haley, what'd you get?
Yeah, what'd you get?
Yeah, I got that same.
How many could you get? By the way,
Spidey.
I don't know. The Cliff just
you got one of each.
I don't know how
Cliff
many
handed them
out
to
to people.
Here, you can have one of each.
Right.
Yeah, so probably one of each. Yeah, that same little cutesy Spider-Man one.
Yeah, that's cute.
Another Spider-Man one or Spider-Man.
That's cool. Yeah, that was a cool one.
We had a
and
poster.
then,
of
and
that.
the Ninja Turtles one.
Yep.
That's cool.
Which was cool. It's got like 2 different ones. Like it has this style, and then I like the style of this one's pretty cool. It might be based on a cartoon, but it's very like
that's
stylized.
the Ninja Turtles animated.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
You see any thought balloons? Are there thought balloons in any of this? Go back to the last show that we talked.
I don't know.
I don't know. I got to look back.
There's one where he's like talking off panel, and it's like that purple one.
Oh, okay.
That's not the same thing. Yeah, I don't know if there's any thought balloons.
Yeah, I'm looking through mine now for
Not-
thought balloons.
Yes.
Maybe I would have noticed if there were, but yeah.
No thought balloons. None of these have thought balloons.
There's definitely the like boxes when it's like
Yeah.
narration off panel. So there's this one's got they're like telling a story, and it's showing what happened, and it's like their narration in a rectangular box. But yeah.
All right, so the Fabulous Freak Brothers has thought balloons.
Okay.
Conan, I bet, does not. Conan's going to be all captions. Conan's all captions. It's all narrative.
Back in the day, didn't Conan have thought balloons back in the day?
Yeah.
He had a lot of like inner monologue with stuff.
Well, isn't he a barbarian? So he doesn't really have speak. He's like, "Rawr, rawr, rawr."
He's not Ookla the Mock.
Oh, Conan, he's not the Hulk. Conan don't know words.
Oh, okay, never mind. My bad.
God, look at all the dialogue on that page right there. Holy mackerel!
Wow.
Boy, Pete would
Holy
have been mad if
mackerel.
he drew that page.
What? Oh my
You could
gosh!
have sent a nice formed letter to the writer.
the artist would have been mad about that one. He's like,
They make up for it on this page.
Where he put none. So
There's no
the
words.
page we're covering everything. 2 pages you get nothing. So that's all right.
Oh, good grief! It keeps going. Oh man! All right. Umbrella Academy. Let's see if this one has any thought balloons. I'm not seeing any.
As I say, I don't feel that I recall the original books having thought balloons like from the first one.
I do not see any thought balloons in Umbrella Academy. Something with an A. The book, The Bone Orchard Mythos Prelude. So let's see if it has. Tommy's like looking for thought balloons all the time now.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm confused now. I thought they were everywhere, but apparently
not anymore. Didn't we have that conversation?
Yeah.
Like they aren't nearly as prevalent now as they used to be.
I even looked through my books and I don't have thought balloons, and I could have.
I probably should have flipped through this one before getting it.
You don't talk bad.
No,
Don't talk bad.
I won't.
Next.
Let's put it this way: it wouldn't get a T for teens.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, I
Which
didn't
one
even
was
know it.
that?
I was just looking for the independent books. And
yeah, right. We know why you picked it
up. Vic says, "I'm getting jealous of you having the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles."
Oh man, if I'd known, I would have seen if I could get another one.
Right? And charge him double.
Yeah.
Charge him double.
That's how much we care about you, Vic. Charging you double.
If we go back by
That's
the
friends
store,
and family
a
rate.
stack of them. I'll see if we can grab one if they have any more when we go back over there.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of books left over from last
with,
year.
Yeah,
No, he put the ones out from last year that they had left over.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah, one table was the new stuff, and the other table was the stuff from last year that they put to the side.
I didn't even notice that. What table was that?
Yes.
I can't read this date.
Yeah, I missed the Shadow Man at my shop. I completely forgot. I meant to grab it. I saw it there. Completely forgot to grab it. That's one of the ones I wanted to get with Shadow Man.
Yeah. I
wonder if they continued to give out books until 10 o'clock.
I would imagine they gave them out for as long as they had them.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
Well, I know they had a stack of posters that they kept giving away.
Well, you remember you and I at the time, several years ago, you and I did the Acme store. You remember they ran out of books.
They sure did. Quickly.
Around 2, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, if not a little bit earlier. But yeah, they ran out of them pretty quick.
And whenever I did Scott's show down in Biloxi, he ordered a boatload, and he would always run out too.
Yeah,
isn't that crazy? Like seriously. You just order a whole heap and then you run out.
What that's 3 Alarm Comics for what Scott would say is it was well worth it for him because the turnaround repeat people, at least, maybe not a year worth of them, but a good quarter of those people would be, they would come back during that year and get stuff.
Right. And that makes sense. I get that.
Yeah.
Well, and I asked.
Maybe it wasn't worth the headache of doing it, but because he would make it a big party.
Well,
so that was a little bit of.
I would almost be willing to bet it was because the guys at Coliseum said that it is easily in their top 3 sales days of the year.
He did say that.
Yeah. They said Black Friday was one, and what's the other one? I forgot. He said one
sometime at Christmas or something. I thought he said
it was Black Friday. I can't remember the other date. But yeah, they said easily one of their top 3 sales days. So,
and every Wednesday.
Vic's coming with shade. You know how Valiant can do a free book? They don't pay people.
Look, all the stuff I ever did for Valiant was paid. Now it was several different Valiants that I worked for, but they always paid. Even that last thing that I did, that cover that I colored last year or whatever, they paid within a couple of days. Yeah.
There have been different iterations of Valiant. So that's pretty. Who wrote the Shadow Ghost? Shadow Man, sorry, not Shadow Ghost.
The Shadow Ghost. I was going to say that was Sensei or Sipu.
Yeah.
I know that was a slip of the tongue there.
Kurtis.
Not Kurtis. I wonder if Kurtis set up for Free Comic Book Day. He should have if he didn't.
He should have, yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't have books yet.
He doesn't have books. He's putting his order in now. So if anybody's looking,
because I don't have my book yet. I don't have my Shadow Ghost.
We haven't printed them yet. He's still working on getting all that.
Tommy's got the inside know.
Yeah, soon for him, I'm sure.
Vic says, "I'm not going to elaborate where I don't get sued."
Is that how you spell sued?
No, but he corrected it in the very next message.
Oh, okay, all right. Because I can't spell, so I know
you can't spell.
No, terrible.
So it looked right for you. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, it didn't look right for me. So, no, I can tell when something's not, when it doesn't look right. But I'll just keep on writing it. Have you not read my
keep going.
Books? Ask Roland. My comic books are full of misspellings and stuff. I just keep going. And then my wife is looking.
Tommy's like, no one reads it anyway. They just look at the
pictures. It's all pictures. Terrible speller.
Yeah. So the posters, though, what I was going to say is that he just kept digging them out, right? He had a table and he would lay out, I don't know what, Tommy, about 8 of them, something like that.
Yeah, 5, 6 of them. Yeah.
And then he would, people would come by and they would get picked up, and then he would just look like he just kept pulling
as
them out.
As soon as somebody would yank one off the table, they slapped another one down.
It was like,
and
what
so
the heck?
that last hour and a half, I stood up because I was looking over across at the table, waiting for another Spider-Man to plop down on that table, so I could.
He
just
had a stash somewhere.
Yeah, I was ready to knock a little kid out of the way.
Yeah,
to go get
my local shop has like a box. Excuse me, full of them that he just.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Was it like Diamond
promos.
and Lunar or whatnot?
Yeah,
they sent
they're
stuff
promos, is what what he was saying.
Yeah. But they just, I guess, had done nothing with them. But I thought that was a great way to move.
Yeah.
Because they just kept going.
Right. And it was a good way to, make people happy. And then you get,
Right. A lot more fun at the garage sale.
Sure.
That's right. Tommy has to be from Tennessee, given his illiteracy.
No, I'm from Mississippi. Thank you very much. And my wife spells really well. Really good. She spells goodly.
She smells goodly?
She smells goodly.
Tommy's like, I meant to say she smells goodly, but I
Smells
misspelled
goodly too. She smells good.
Well,
I got one thing to say.
Okay, go ahead.
When you go to a show,
to burn out than to fade away.
When you go, that's right. When you go to a show, don't forget your credit card machine.
Right.
Don't forget. So Roland owes me like $1,000 because he had to bring up all my sales all day long. I think I got maybe $15 in cash, and the rest of it is in Roland's checking account.
Oh.
Yeah, well, maybe not $1,000, but it,
So,
yeah,
I thought
it
I
was
lost
exactly
mine.
where I said it was sitting on the charge, right over there by the thing. I grabbed the Bluetooth speaker that was sitting next to it. Then I'm like, what am I gonna do with this Bluetooth speaker?
That was the funniest
Priorities.
thing.
Yeah.
Tommy was getting ready to make a sale, right?
Yeah,
And
no,
he
it was a
there
big
talking.
one too. It was a bunch of pages, and
he
it's
pulls out a
book.
Bluetooth speaker, looks over at me, and says, "Hey, Roland."
Yeah, you ring this guy up. Here, sorry, I just kept yelling at Roland. $25, Roland. $20, Roland.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's $70, Roland.
It was pretty
Ring it
funny.
up.
So what? Roland charges a 25% service
Oh,
charge.
yeah. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
he's going to charge 100%.
You know, there's the PayPal fee and then there's the Roland fee. So
That's right.
So that means I
Or
won't get
not
anything.
Type
PayPal,
someone's credit card
Square.
in manually.
Square.
You could,
You
but
can.
that's a different pay amount. So
Yes,
you
they
don't,
charge you
don't
more.
want to do that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because I
Square-
figured
Square-
that out. Yeah, one time I forgot I have a Square reader and I forgot
Right.
it and lost a sale because they didn't have cash. And then later I found out, oh, you can put it in.
You
manually.
can, but it's a different
Okay.
percent.
You can
Okay.
also use. All right, so you Square now has the tap, right?
Yeah.
You can also use this if you don't
Yeah,
if you don't bring your
That's
Square.
what I have.
But this one is a slightly bigger percentage, and then if you have to key it in, it's even a bigger percentage.
Okay.
That's a
So
slightly
that's good to
bigger
know.
percentage than the tap.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm
I'll
not
have to look
not
into
all
that
that,
one.
sir.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
mine,
no,
mine didn't work yesterday, and then it started working for the next person, but I just kept swiping it and nothing was happening. So then they're like, "Oh, do you have Venmo?" I'm like, "Actually, that's a good idea."
Did you
'cause-
have it
Oh,
incorrectly
gosh.
because
so
you have
it
in
made
the
us
right
not through
way?
Venmo. I don't know if you're supposed
Yeah.
to do that
The Venmo or
Yeah.
regularly,
Cash
but
App
that
or
It actually
whatever.
does have a top and a bottom.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't know if you can see.
okay, maybe I was doing it wrong. I
Yeah.
thought, yeah.
Oh, maybe didn't get the reader part. Yeah, PayPal just did a screwy thing. They got rid of the old ones and they made us buy new ones.
Yeah.
For your convenience.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, PayPal.
The tap is well worth it though, Jose. You say you use Square?
Yeah, it works for
The
you
tap-
all day long.
Oh,
Everyone you
it
did was
worked
tap.
like a
Tap, tap,
charm.
tap, tap, tap,
So
tap.
how does that work? That works on your phone?
Yeah. Hold on.
It's just a little Bluetooth thing
Yeah.
that wirelessly connects to your phone, and it's just like this
it's-
little thing. It
it's
doesn't
just
go
right
in.
here.
Plugged into the
So
that costs
yeah,
You
less.
don't just get
Jack.
wirelessly connected. It Bluetooth connects to your phone.
you can't see
I
it
don't,
very
I don't
well.
like
Let me see
giving
if I
my
can-
money to people.
So
Well, I mean, what if they're going to give you? If the only way they're
See-
going to pay is by credit card,
Right?
So you got the tap, right? You can tap the top, and then if the taps don't work, or if they
Then
don't
you
have
got
the
the
tap,
card.
yeah, you can just slip it in right there.
yeah,
That's cool.
The
It
new
worked like a
PayPal-
charm for me all day yesterday.
the new
I mean,
PayPal
it-
one doesn't have a slide on it. It's all it is tapping in the little thingy.
Oh yeah, yeah. And see,
Insert.
that new one doesn't have it. You don't slide it. You have to
Yeah.
stick it in. So
They insert the chip.
yeah,
Yep.
insert. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh well,
so, yeah,
I didn't have it. Was exactly where I left it. Oh, well.
that was funny though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's right. You just made Roland feel important. That's all.
Well, he just made $100 or so. However,
You're right.
that's all.
Oh,
You
Vic,
can take me
you
out to
missed it
dinner.
then. Vic says there weren't any corner bins at the con, and they barely had any Malibu stuff or Airstyle stuff, other than the smut Airstyle put out.
Oh, you mean like Scum of the Earth? My book.
Which was mostly what Airstyle. Oh, you know what? Vic might not realize that you did Scum of the Earth.
Yeah,
for
go look
Airstyle.
up Scum of the Earth if you see it. That was one of my first things that I had. I got pages for those, by the way. If you want, somebody bought a couple
original
of those.
art. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
they
that.
look pretty good.
I
Somebody
also
liked
did.
the zip. They like the zipatone on the pages, and then
That was
I've
funny.
never seen zipatone before.
That was really funny. That conversation.
Take them.
They
Yeah,
had.
I knew a
they
guy
had the-
that used zip all the time for everything, and I'm like,
I like Zipatone.
Well, it was for black and white stuff.
Yeah.
It's what you did.
I was gonna say you don't really need it as much these days
Yeah.
with all the digital stuff.
No, and
oh,
you can do
you
digital
can emulate
zip.
that digitally. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could gray tone easy, right?
Oh,
if
here you
wanted to
go,
do black
Tommy.
and white.
Tommy, you're about to make a sale here. You got
Uh-oh.
any pages from the strangers left?
I got a bunch of pages from the strangers left.
There
Thank
you
very
go,
much.
Vic.
I'll go look through and I'll send you send me a note on Facebook and I'll send you I'll go through
Right.
the right over there. I'll go through what I got and to let you know what I got.
Yeah,
Yep.
Faraday's hair on obsoletes. I did her in halftones digitally.
Oh, really? Cool.
The dots, yeah.
Yep. I'm sure I.
Cool.
Yeah,
Did it bother you, Haley?
Yeah,
Did I?
Studio's
show
got
you
a
off?
great way to do that mango, whatever you want to call it, dot patterny stuff.
Who does?
In Clip Studio.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
And it's
built
super. It's like
into it.
click, done.
Yeah, exactly. And if
Lasso
you don't like
if you
it, you
want,
can
fill
move
it
the
in.
angle or
Yep.
make the dots smaller or bigger. If you don't like dots and you want them to be square, you just click another
Yeah.
button and it changes
You can
them
do
to square.
stars. You can do different things, patterns.
Vic says,
Is
I don't
that
have
built in, or
Facebook.
do you
What
have
am
to
I,
like
a dinosaur?
download?
Vic, send me a Twitter message, and I'll send you Tommy's email address.
Oh, don't what?
You don't want me to send you his email address? Hey,
No,
Hyper, what's up, Hyper?
Hyper
Oh,
Potato.
have you been around this whole time, Hyper? Good to see you here, my friend.
Yeah, send him my email address and we can talk.
Yeah, I'll send him your email address.
What does he mean he's not on Facebook?
Oh, he says he is too on Facebook.
Yeah, what's he?
He just wanted to throw shade at you for your age.
Oh, like what's his name's kid that kept talking about our mullets all day. I was you talking about say, look at your dad. He's got a mullet. He just pulls it all the way back and he slicks it down. He's got a mullet right now. Leave me
Dave
alone.
says quite a few Zip Zone pages on the Demon's Tales pages.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Yeah, Dave. That's one of those.
That's the black and white. We did it on the black and white stuff.
Well, that's kind of part of what it is. Is that we didn't intend for that book. I mean, we had dreams of it being in color, right, back in the day, but it was never planned to be a color book. We knew it was going to be a black and white book.
So you try to, when you're inking it, you try to throw a lot of blacks, a lot of texture, and then you try to drop some zip in there to separate some stuff out. Yeah.
And you give your writer friend a pen and you say, see this little area right here? Do a bunch of hash marks there.
Yeah.
Right. Stipple.
I can look at the old the first volume of Cat and Mouse and say, I did that background. I did that background. I did that background. There's one time I did a face. Steven was inking it. And he handed me a pen. He's like, do this, do that. So okay, do the, and I said to him, hey, there's a face here. And he went, he was doing something else. He looked over at it. He goes, you can do that one. I'm like, me to the face? He goes, yeah, you just do it. No one will know. And I went,
and then Mitch walked around the corner and like, what are you doing? What
you don't know how to ink.
That's right. You're not an inker.
Yeah, no, it's true. I did one face and I still know exactly. I could point to it today. But I did a whole bunch of the backgrounds.
I'll look at I'll see which one's messed up and I'll know it's yours.
Right. Hyper says I don't have Facebook. This is true, Hyper. But you do have Twitter. You're a tweeter.
I'm on the Twitter. I just never check it.
Yeah. Vic says, speaking of Demon's Tales, remixing colors soon enough. Yeah. It's oh, here we go. Oh, no, he's not answering the question. Yes, Vic, to answer your question, yes, it is coming. It's coming along, and it's looking really good. In fact, if you go to the Instagram, you'll have to scroll down a little bit. You'll see where I've posted some of Dave's coloring on some of it.
I was going to say, didn't you show us some of the colors? I was going to say, oh, Vic, membership has their privileges.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whichever face
coloring
looks like they're having a stroke. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, coloring stuff.
Roland's no artist, but he can sure spot blacks. Man.
Oh, that was the one guy wanted some pages because he saw where I filled in the blacks by hand, and he goes, I like it because I can tell that this is not a printout.
Yeah. I was going to say you like it because you can tell he used a magic marker.
That's right.
Sharpie.
Yeah, sure did. Gave it to my wife. Gave it to Renee. She was my black filler in her. Well, you look over there. I'm like, that's not supposed to be filled in. What are you doing? Stop.
Here's the pro white.
Only the places that have an X.
I'll fix it. Don't worry about it. It's black
that's
now.
Right. Yeah, Dave. I forgot about that. Dave was on a Tuesday a few weeks ago, and he was coloring some Demon Tales live. I forgot all about that. Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah. So.
On
I forget what I was
Tuesday?
gonna say now. Anyway, yeah.
It was that Tuesday you weren't there.
I was gonna say maybe.
What now?
What?
No, it was when we had. No, you were there, Jose.
Who did we have on?
Ross Ritchie.
Yeah, Dave.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Ross Ritchie was there.
That dude was cool.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and it's impressive to see the things. You know, we talk about Malibu a lot on here. It's funny because Jose says, "I feel like I'm at a family reunion and I'm just a kid sitting in the corner and watching."
That's right. Or at a dance. I was at a dance, and everyone knows each other. I'm the only one.
We're all talking. Can I hang out?
Jose
with
stand over there, yeah, in the corner.
Get over there, kid. We don't know who you are.
Yeah. Dave says it was a week before Ross. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So, but Malibu was Malibu had some special.
Don't
some
forget
special potions,
your payment taker thing.
Yeah.
That was my last thing.
Yeah. And do remember, those of you who go to Free Comic Book Day, they're free to you, but somebody had to pay for
That's
them.
right.
So just keep that in mind when
Appreciate
you're getting all
them.
these free
And if
comics.
there's some artists set up in there, those aren't part of the free
That's
books.
right. Yeah, they're not giving away their comics. I have seen on occasion artists do some really quick sketches for free.
Yeah.
But the problem with
different
that,
though, right?
it is different. But and the other thing is that you can't really give away as busy as we were. Tommy wouldn't have been it. Even if Tommy could do a sketch, even if he could do a sketch in 5 minutes, right? There's no way everybody would have gotten one. There were so many.
If I started announcing it wasn't packed, but the amount of people that came through, if they knew that I was doing free sketches, then
sketch cards. Do sketch cards.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have had enough time. There'd have been.
Yeah.
Even with sketch cards, they're like this big.
Yeah, man, my sketch cards. Yeah, my sketch cards turn out to be like full on pieces of art because then I'll start hashing all the backgrounds and I'll start doing some
that's
stuff.
what you're sliding over to me.
That's your fault. Do the line work, give it to Roland ink.
That is my fault. I always
put some backgrounds on that.
That's right.
Yeah. You know, if you give it to me to put backgrounds on it, I'll just make it. I'll make it manga, and I'll just do the little action lines everywhere.
Right?
I'm like,
Roland's
no,
already
but I
got
can
his
make those
ruler
into
out.
flames, and then there's a building that needs to be there, and a guy jumping off the building, and then a little guy in the window. There's a little mom looking at her kids as they're falling off the building, and so I'm gonna put them in there too. And they're going,
an hour later, Tommy's got his magnifying glass out.
Yeah, and I'm still like,
tiny little pen going, I'm needing to add this detail in the back, right?
I did that one time. It was a Spider-Man thing where I ended up putting a Carnage, a stuffed animal Carnage in Spider-Man's hand, and it was so tiny. And it was just, and then I drew Carnage in his hand, and they go, "Did you put Carnage in there too?" And I'm like, "Well, of course I did." What do you mean? What did I put Carnage? Of course I put Carnage in there.
My tip should reflect.
My tip should reflect. That's what we don't have on our table, Tommy. We didn't have a tip jar.
Oh, we need a tip jar.
Oh, I totally forgot. I wanted to have I got to remember. I wanted to have a mailing list set up.
Yeah, Roland forgot to bring his mailing list too.
I did. Hyper, no, there's still no word on Infinity Con in Tallahassee. I don't know what else to do, dude. I reached out to them. I went onto their website, used that to fill in the blank stuff. I don't know what else to do. Everybody tells me who's been there that the people who run it are so nice and so good, but I can't get them to answer me. So maybe somebody up there doesn't like me, or I don't know the answer to that.
Is that close to Dollywood? Can we go to Dollywood after we do the show?
Tallahassee, dude.
Tallahassee. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that said. I don't know what I thought.
It said Tennessee.
Tennessee. What did it say? Put it back up again.
You can't
What was the
spell
message?
or read.
Oh, I thought it said Tennessee. Well, what I meant to say, never mind.
Close to Dollywood.
It's late. Tommy's.
I've been driving.
I also, there's something called TigerCon in Valdosta. I reached out to them and heard no word. I thought maybe that would be something that Tommy and I could make
a quick run.
Yeah, make a drive up and but I haven't heard from them, so I don't know.
They have an amusement park in Valdosta.
Do they?
Yeah, they did. I don't know if it's still there.
I don't know.
You
Pat
know
told me to
me
go to
with
the lovely
amusement
sponsor
parks
of
out
Daytona
there.
Beach Comic Con. Yeah, Vic, you should. It's if you like comics, Vic, you hear me say this all the time. If you like comics, Daytona Beach Comic Con is the place to go.
It was awesome.
It is a comic con, and
Haley's going to be there this year, so definitely go.
Yeah, and you're going to be there, and I'm working on Jose. So
getting Jose, that's a long way for Jose to drive.
So Jose will be there. So yeah, we can go to Hyper Potato says we can go to Hollywood, but it'll be a heck of a drive.
Right? I gotta get Tommy to draw in my Superman book.
I need to draw. I can draw a really cool.
I got Haley. Haley did my cover.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I started drawing and then I realized, oh, the whole thing's blank. I thought it was just a blank cover. I didn't mean to take over the cover. I thought that's where he wanted me to draw. So,
did you erase that? So he came back up with white paint and marked it out.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't mean to take the whole cover. Hopefully that's okay.
Jose goes back home and he's like,
yeah.
I scanned it in first.
Who uses electric erasers? Anybody use electric erasers to do stuff? Do you? I've never had one.
You hear his all the time.
Yeah.
So the reason why is I learned that if you like cover a piece in like pencil, like you go and cover black and you want to throw some white lines in there, you can grind. You can either cut the tip to get like the edge, and you can draw feathering in there with it. That's why I use it.
I never used one. Never had one.
I've had three
crazy stuff with
because they keep broke. All of a sudden, my back end fell off one, and I have no clue where it went. I'm like, I have to buy a new one. And then I bought another one, like right when I left art school, and it was like a cheap garbage one, and that one literally just exploded. And I'm like, what? I know I'm not that hard with my tools, man.
Look at Hyper.
Jeez.
The Wild Adventures theme park is in Valdosta, Tommy.
Yeah.
They often have concerts. Hyper saw Rick Springfield there.
That we can do that.
Hyper, you might
Jesse's
be
girl, Rick Springfield?
You might be dating yourself there, Hyper.
He's still around.
Hyper probably took his awesome wife there to the Rick Springfield concert. That's what I mean.
Oh,
come on,
catch
up.
Sure.
All right, guys, it's 9:30. Unfortunately, I got to get grading. I got to grades due tomorrow.
You're in a good mood, right? So everybody gets an A?
Yeah. You've never heard me talk about my students, have you?
And the good mood's going.
Right, and it's over.
They don't everybody get an A. That's not the grade everybody gets, right? Vic Gerhard there, right? Where's there? The Wild Adventures theme park, Vic?
Celebrities.
He must be still talking about the convention. Gerhard did the backgrounds from Cerebus.
I think he did more in backgrounds for some of this.
I did take my wife. See, I knew that. Granted, this was long past Rick's peak. Still a good show, though. So Jesse's girl had already moved on, huh?
Jesse's girl.
All right, so let me get my calendar out so I can tell you guys what's coming up this week.
Maybe we ought to try to push some of these cool mugs.
Pop that up there. Whoop, not me. That is a cool mug, dude. That's a very cool mug. I like that mug.
I'm just gonna go put some coffee in there right now.
That's available on Zazzle for those of you who are interested in that. All right.
Okay, I'm making it out. There's nothing in it.
Tuesday coming up, we have on the Tuesday stream Jose and Tim TK and maybe Dave Rios. These guys on Tuesday are going to talk about the evolution of superheroes. Wednesday, our whammers are going to talk about Tech Talk. Next Sunday night, we're going to be doing Trivia Night. Yep. And it won't be Star
Haley
Wars.
And I are going to kick some
Harry
butt.
Potter. Because if it's Harry Potter, I will lose and Haley will win. There you go. Hyper says, what an awesome coffee mug. Order now on Zazzle Kids.
I just spilled it all over me.
Woo! Godspeed on the grading. Thank you. And make mine Silverline. So yeah, that's what's coming up. Tommy, do you know where your next appearance for you?
I have no idea.
See,
wherever you tell them.
Yes, yeah. June 3rd. June 3rd, Tampa.
I think I'm going to do a show on June 3rd in Tampa.
Yeah, that's right.
I believe. I need to get some new display stuff made by then.
Are you really?
How about?
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy, that's going to be fun.
How about you, Jose? Where are you going to be next?
My next show is actually another library. It's SRQCon, May 20th.
May 20th.
Sarasota. Yeah, and funny enough, my daughter's the one that set that up. She's like,
That's
yeah,
cool.
she's like, hey, my friends were telling me about this like library convention that I want to do. I was like, okay, if you want to do it, get the paperwork for us to fill out. And she did, and we got it filled out, got it all turned in. But she was the one that instigated all of it.
She's your manager now. She gets a cut.
Yeah, only. So
10%.
yeah, so we're doing that, and then after that, I think it's going to be June 3rd as well.
You will be there June 3rd as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Haley,
June
what about
3rd,
you?
And then I have another one June 4th, and then June 10th.
Are you going to the Collecticon at in Leesburg on the 4th?
No, there is Charlie's Comic Con in Sarasota.
Okay. Yeah, because me, Tommy, and Haley are going to do the one on the 4th in Leesburg. So, cool. Haley, where will you be next?
Yep. Yeah. So the next one is the 4th at the mall in Leesburg, and then after that, I think just Daytona Beach in September. But yeah, maybe I'll look and see what else is happening.
Excellent. We're going to get you something in between there. And that's where I will be next as well. The Tampa show on June 3rd, and then on June 4th then at the Collecticon in Leesburg. So
absolutely.
Until then, you guys remember to
make mine Silverline.
Make mine Silverline. All right. Good night, everybody.
I don't have Grogu today.
Hi, I'm Bill Black. I created FemForce. But you know what? Today, make mine Silverline.